are getting ready to introduce our little ducklings into the chicken coop today. They're pretty feisty, but they've gotten big enough that they are ready. We tried introducing them a couple weeks ago, but they were a little too young. We didn't want any of the bigger chickens to be pecking on them. And so now they're big enough, and we've busied the other chickens with lots of food scattered around. So with everybody else busy, we're going to monitor how this goes. We're going to be watching very closely as we release these little guys to meet their new friends. We have introduced ducklings with our chickens before, and they get along quite well, but you do have to make sure your water systems are set up a little differently when you have ducklings, because it's important that the ducks have enough water that their entire beak can be submerged underneath. It helps keep their beak moist. They love cleaning their beaks constantly, so that water is important. All right, here's a couple chicks, and we're gonna set the duckling down and see how they befriend each other. There's usually a pecking order in any coop, and there's gonna be a little bit of that no matter what, but we're watching closely to make sure it doesn't go too far. These are Peking ducks. The third one. Once they establish the pecking order, then the pecking stops. So we have to watch very closely to make sure everybody plays nice. All right, they've been in for about 5 minutes now, and some of the pecking has died down. They're kind of huddling together, and everybody's getting used to having them in the same space. Everyone seems a lot more relaxed right now, but that first introduction is pretty tense. We have a couple mallards in the coop still, and we're going to leave them in there until they're a little bit bigger. They're just a little behind size-wise. Ducks are so cute. As they eat, their whole head vibrates. They're just wiggling around constantly. The scuttling is a lot less. There may be a peck here and there, but things seem to have died down a bit. At first, seeing all the scuttle with the pecking can seem kind of rough, but after that pecking order has been established, then things go pretty smoothly because everybody knows where they stand. We always feed our chickens fresh greens too when they're in the coop and in the chicken run until they get out full time, because we want them to get used to pecking at that grass. Here we go, guys. The hawks to get them at all, so we've got this fishing line that's woven across the top because it doesn't take much space and the hawk can swoop right down. It's been a couple hours now and everybody is getting along just fine. The little ducklings are more comfortable in this whole space, and the chickens have accepted them, and the ducklings make a lot of racket, but nobody seems to mind anymore. Okay, these guys did really well, and tomorrow we'll introduce you again and see how it goes. Maybe you'll get to be in all day. We'll have to see. Be nice to your little friends down there, guys.